Good morning. Once again, Martin Edward, your chaplain, is with you today on this spirituality session for this week. And we continue with our classic discussion with Howard Thurman. Hope you've had so far a beautiful week. Always keep in my prayers and wishing you all the best. I welcome you to this section of our spirituality class. And today we are going to talk about our dreams. Our dreams are like our future, our visions, our hopes. Sometimes they come with fears and anxieties. Growing up, we had our dreams. What would the future be? When I was growing up, I remember my teacher asking me, Martin, what will you want to be? I wanted to be a priest. I wanted to be a soldier. I wanted to be a diplomat. All those things came as the mind wandered all over the space of time, thinking of what the future holds and then dreaming dreams. What it would be like to be a diplomat, traveling from one country to another and being an ambassador. I've always wanted something like that. I was also wondering what it would be like being a naval officer, traveling from one place to another, one part of the world to another, in an immaculate white uniform, gear, and smart looking and all that. Then I also wanted to be a priest so that I can help people. I can be of spiritual support to people and also have a much more spatial relationship with God, my higher power. So as a young lad, those things came to my mind and I wondered and wondered. My mind wandered here and there. I'm thinking that it must have been the same for many of us, many of you, growing up, what you wanted your life to be and you had your dreams. But today we're going to look at these dreams, what they are and what they are not, and how can we relate to our dreams. As usual, I'll be reading from the very words of Howard Thurman from his book, The Inward Journey. And I'll read on this particular theme, Saddle Your Dreams. And when he uses the word saddle, what comes to mind? What comes to mind? How do you saddle your dreams? Let us listen to his own words, and I want to read. Saddle your dreams before you ride them. It is the nature of dreams to run riot, never to wish to contain themselves within limitations that are fixed. Sometimes they seem to be the cry of the heart for the boundless and the unexplored. Often they are fashioned out of the longings, too vital to die, out of hankerings, fed by hidden springs in the dark places of the spirit. Often they are the offsprings of hopes that can never be realized and longings that can never find fulfillment. Sometimes they are the word stirrings of ghosts, of dead plants and the kindling of ashes in a hearth that has long since been deserted. Many and fancy are the names by which dreams are called. Fantasies, repressed desires, vanities of the spirit, will of the wishes. Sometimes we seek to dismiss them by calling their indulgence daydreaming, by which we mean taking flight from the realities of our own world and dwelling in the twilight of vain imaginings. All of this may be true, but all their meaning need not be exhausted by such harsh judgment. The dreams belong to us. They come full-blown out of the real world in which we work and hope and carry on. They are not impostors. They are not foreign elements invading our world like some solitary comet from the outer reaches of space, which pays one visit to the sun and is gone, never to come again. No, our dreams are our thing. They become other when we let them lose their character. Here is the fatal blunder. Our dreams must be saddled by the hard facts of our world before we ride them off among the stars. Thus, they become for us the bearers of the new possibility, the enlarged horizon, the great hope. Even as they romp among the stars, they come back to their place in our lives, bringing with them the radiance of the far heights, the lofty regions, and giving to all our days the lift and the magic of the stars. Very deep words that our dreams are what they are our thing. However, our dreams must be measured or be reconciled with the hard realities of our social location, of our space and time, so that we don't throw them off as mere imaginings, but we can connect to our reality and make those dreams come true. We must work for them. We must work for them. So our sermon is asking us to saddle our dreams. Think about them. Put them on side by side with reality, with possibility, with and within the resources you have, your capabilities and potentialities. To dream is good. To have a vision of a future is good. To put a plan to realize that dream is more important. How can I weigh my dreams? We must wait. We don't have to push it aside like one who is daydreaming. No, we have to bring it close to our reality. Or is it wrong, according to our Thaman, to dream big or imagine a foreseeable future in the light of the wishes of the heart? Is it what he's saying to us? We call them dreams because they go beyond the limitations of the moment and takes us on a flight of fantasy. It takes us on a flight of fantasy. We see in them a future that is pleasant and hopeful. Nobody dreams of bad things, more or less. We can often all dream of big things. I want to think so. I might be wrong, but I want to believe that most of us, we dream of good things, big things, ambitious things, ideal things, fantasies. That is why we call them fantasies. Beautiful. The world of Cinderella. Yeah. Dreams are the ropes of hope. Howard Thomas says that they are unlikely to be contained within the limitations that are fixed. And that is why we call them dreams. They are very unlikely to be contained within the limitations that are fixed. They are boundless. They go beyond the moment into the future space. Sometimes they seem to be the cry of the heart for the boundless and the unexplored. We are imagining this big thing that will happen or that can happen. We're imagining. Somebody might be imagining, oh, if I win a mega million, what I will do, where I will go, something like that. Somebody could be imagining that. And the person goes about buying the tickets from time to time. The things we anticipate, the longings of the heart, the unexplored, but desired, the wishes we look forward to, we draw from them our hopes. We draw from this imagination our hopes. But we draw them from somewhere, from the wishes of the heart. They have roots. They have a foundation. And where can we trace them? Where can we trace this foundation of the dreams? They are fashioned from our longings that we wish, too vital to die. Too vital. We don't want somebody to tell us that it is not possible. Even if we are fantasizing, we always think that it can and may happen. It comes from our hankerings, our desires, our passions, fed by hidden springs in the dark places of the spirit. We are tracing the roots of our dreams, where they are coming from. It can also come from the offspring of hopes that can never be realized. That is why we call them dreams. Flying an airplane to the moon, having wings to fly, appearing and disappearing, being in multiple places at the same time, only we wish. Reading someone's mind, knowing what the future holds. It can also come from the longings that can never find fulfillment. Longings that can never find fulfillment. Longings of a multi-million winner of a mega million. Think about that. Longings that can never find fulfillment. It can, it may not. from the weird stirrings of ghosts of dead plans. Things we had wished that never came to pass. Things we had wished. Things we had wished. The kindling of ashes in a hearth, in a home or household that has long since been deserted. That is where our dreams come from. Those deserted old places where we grew up. Dreams have other names we can call them. We can call them fantasies. We can call them repressed desires. You can also call them vanities of the spirit. Vanities of the spirit. I never thought of that. Will of the wisps. Anything. But it's good to dream. When we want to dismiss them as nothing consequential, we refer to them as daydreaming. Oh, you're daydreaming. Want to ride a Rolls Royce. Meanwhile, your income is less than 20,000 in a year. How do you do that? Oh, whatever. Think about it. What are your dreams? Where are your dreams coming from? What are the circumstances that have led you to dream that way? The desires of your heart, your ambition in life, the ideal things of fantasy, the ideal things of life, the vanities of the spirit. Anything. The dreams belong to us. We will acknowledge they are coming from our real world experience and hopes. They are not hanging out from nowhere. They are coming from our known reality. What we desire, what we wish, what we imagine. That is where our dreams are coming from. Our dreams, however, must be saddled by the hard facts of our world before we ride them off among the stars. If we have to pursue our dreams, we must look at our location. In other words, they become for us the bearers of the new possibility, the enlarged horizon, the great hope. In the past few days, the youth in Nigeria have been demonstrating, asking for the end of police brutality. The hashtag #EndSARS. And what has happened that it has gathered a lot of attention all over the country, that the youth decided by themselves to take the bull by the horn and demonstrate that they are fed up with police brutality. It is not a good thing for people to use the authority and power to exploit other people or continue in extrajudicial killings. The youth have been, let me put it this way, they have been denied of the basic things in life: security, good education. They have been denied of constant and stable power supply. They have been denied of employment. They have been denied of pipe-borne water, good potable water to drink. Their hopes and dreams have been eclipsed by the political elite. When we were growing up as little children, they tell us, you are the future leaders, the leaders of tomorrow. And tomorrow has come. The same people who had ruled them some 60 years ago are the same people in power. And now they have risen and said, no more, enough is enough. They want to change their dreams of a better country to reality. So what Ohajunwa is saying to us applies to them. Saddle your dreams. Think about your dreams within the reality of possibility. Are those dreams of a better Nigeria where there is security of life and property, where there is social justice? As we are crying here in our country, the United States, praying for social justice, working for social justice, whether it is for Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter, they are the same thing, seeking for equality. These are the dreams and hopes of the young people of our generation. Are they too lofty an idea or a dream to be realized? That is the question. But that is something we can think about. Is my personal dream beyond my actualizing it? Because I don't have the resources to follow through. Whereby you have all the resources to follow through and the dreams are not coming up, what happens? There are two different scenarios. We must saddle our dreams. Our dreams must be saddled by the hard facts of our world before us, before we ride them off among the stars. They become for us the bearers of the new possibility, the enlarged horizon, the great hope. Though they may be set in the stars, seeming far from being held with contentment, with fulfillment, with actualization, we should let them fill our hopes with the radiance of the far heights and the lofty regions of hope. That radiance that comes with, it is possible. We can get it. We can actualize it. That radiance of hope, we must let it be, because it helps us to be awake. It helps us to rise. It helps us to keep marching on. It helps us to continue to persevere. We resist where it is necessary, and we persist for the ideal. We cannot give up. Don't give up on your beautiful dreams of a better life, of wellness, of well-being, of a healthy life. It gives us every day it gives us the lift and the magic we need to rise. When we look down the road and see if we should achieve this, what down the road experience will be like, we keep going. There is a proverb, an African proverb, that says there is no distance to one's home, east or west. Home is the best. There is no distance. If you're going elsewhere, you might say to yourself, when are we going to get there? It is far. Do I really want to go? Why am I bothering myself doing this? But if you were to travel home, going back home, there is no distance. There is no distance to a place of peace. There is no distance to our roots. There is no distance to the things that make us fulfilled. I guess our Thurman suggests that our dreams may be allowed to dwell with us as something that urges us onto greater heights. They urge us onto greater heights. The scripture says, the love of God urges us on. The love of God urges us on. When we think of the love of God, we keep moving. We keep persevering in spite of the persecution, in spite of the sufferings, in spite of the rejection of our time, in spite of the fact that people call us names for bearing the name. The love of God urges us on. In our suffering, in everything that seemed not to be quite right. So thus, to saddle, it means for us to place it on the side of realizable reality. Put our dreams on the path, side by side with realizable reality. When dreams become so far-fetched, what happens? It could be a source of distress that can lead to depression, broken relationships. I dreamt of this woman to be my wife. I dreamt of this man to be my husband. I dreamt of this person to be my spouse. After the experience, what happens? Broken relationships, bitterness, no togetherness. What happens? The dream has shattered. Shattered dreams. I have thought that this man would be there for me all the time. I have thought that this woman would be there for me all the time. It never happened. Shattered dreams. I had thought that my son or my child would take care of me or would be there for me in my old age, and it never happened. Shattered dreams. I had thought that I've gotten this job that will pay my bills and I will retire with it. It never happened. Shattered dreams. It happens, and it can be a source of distress. We must be mindful of that. Dreams look to the future. The future gradually dawns on us, and the dream is not realized. Can there be another future in the already spent time of the future that is now present and past? Can there be another future when it is already spent in the past and in the present? This is identified in the life that we all have, still taken to our advantage. That once there is life, there is hope. In each day is a moment of opportunity to dream again, to change a dream, to accomplish a supposed dream, and to try to accomplish a new one. And to believe in oneself, I succeeded in trying. You tell yourself, I succeeded in trying. It is much more heartbreaking not to try, but you have to try to succeed. And you should be happy that you succeeded in trying. You never gave up in the first place. In the end, settling is an invitation to be realistic and set plans in that direction. Yet there is nothing that is wrong in dreaming big and set on the journey to begin to try again. We must keep trying to fulfill our dreams, to pursue our dreams. It's always good to try and try and try again. May our higher power help us to try and keep dreaming, big and small, always. Thank you. Wishing you a beautiful week and see you again this same time next week. God bless you.